Hello everybody, welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. Today the video is, we're doing a little bit of post commentary here. The video you're watching in the background is ×3 speed to save you having to watch me do another launch to the moon. I'm redoing the moon mission, which I failed last time. This ship, well, you'll see, I launch here, but I quickly go back because I started, the way I started the mission, it didn't subtract the funds, so I went back and I had to start the mission again from the VAB, so that would subtract the funds from the mission. But I've named this rocket, I've completely redesigned the rocket from scratch. I was going to do something else, I've tried a couple things, but I just started over. And this rocket is called the Nova Force. So this is going to the moon again, and I thought I'd save you a little bit of time having to watch it in real time launch again. So launch this thing up, staging and all that. Still not getting messages about stuff being recovered like normal. I will say the second part of this mission I do live commentary with so you do get to see me attempting the landing. I've already done the recording of that at this point. I'm actually recording this commentary after I've done the attempted the landing. I won't tell you how the results went. You'll just have to watch and see. But this is the first time I've done a post commentary quite like this. There goes the staging on those side rockets there, and hopefully I'm doing all right at it. I might do a little bit more post commentary stuff like this in the future for Kerbal Space Program. So let me know how you like it compared to normal commentary, live commentary. But I might break it up half and half like I kind of am on this episode, even though the editing is a little bit more to do. The game actually did crash at some point during the recording. Well, not at some. I know exactly where it crashed, but I had to splice together two pieces of video to get what you're seeing here. This was all done in one take, but here in a couple seconds you'll see where it cuts off, where I had to do it again. The game crashed when I went to start recording the live commentary bit, and right here is where it cuts, you see, and like it cut, and when I came back into the game, that's where it had left me, so it's not like I had to relaunch or anything. That's where it left me in space. So making my maneuvers to rendezvous with the moon here. Music is going crazy in the background there because we're going ×3 speed, and there we go, finishing off that maneuver. And the only other maneuver I've left is to get my axis correct, which doesn't hugely matter, but I wanted to do it anyway. Like I said, this lander piece I got on the top there has been completely redesigned as opposed to the last one. I was going to just edit it. And here we go, into the live commentary. Well, in a minute. I think I fast forward here. I forgot what I was checking there in my menu, but I think it's checking if I can increase the user interface size there, and you can't do that unless you go back to the main menu. But here we go, doing that little burn, and the axis is now correct. So we're now moving into live commentary. Right, so from this point on is live commentary. I did the first part as post commentary, as I probably explained, just to save time because of you didn't probably want to watch me do this mission from start to finish again. So I got the launch done all as not post commentary, but yeah, it's post commentary. So we will time warp ahead a little bit here till we get closer to the moon. Now let's come out here and activate our antennae. Oh, I guess somehow my action groups have managed to break. Huh. Odd. Or no, am I still time warped? Yeah, I'm still time warped. That's what it is. There we go. Doop. Got those out. Not that it really actually matters. Lights activated. And let's come in a little closer here. Now, because I did that loop like I did for coming in, we'll be coming in on the lit side of the moon. I don't want to come into an orbit. I just want to reduce my speed until the point where I just come straight down. May even land in this big crater here, but we will see. Another, let's see, 5 minutes or so until we get there. Right. Let's go ahead and get this thing into proper position. So we gotta find our retrograde node, which is gonna be the other direction. Because this is prograde here, but we're already turning that way, so we'll go ahead and do it. Actually turn our RCS on here and speed this up. Seeing as we haven't used any of our RCS, and I doubt we'll use most of it, to be quite honest, because we brought so much extra fuel with us this time around. I was not going to have the same problem as the last time. I don't know what that just was in the background there. I heard it. Hopefully that's not too distracting to you. I don't know what's going on next door, but right. We'll wait about here, I figure. Now, let's see. Here, and we'll reduce our speed until we're coming relatively straight down. I think that's good. So we'll put that maneuver node there just so we know time-wise when we're doing this. And there's that crater right there, actually. So let's move up a little bit. Time warping. And we will activate our engines in just a moment. We'll do it at about a minute, I guess. Not that it really hugely matters. Get this back actually on target. Turn our RCS off and engine on. Captured. And coming down. Oops, there we go. This gone. No, I want this gone. Thank you. Alright. Now, let's see if we can't put it a little bit more towards the center. Is that going to be... this way? Yeah, it looks like it. And it's looking good right about there. Okay, that looks fine. Hopefully we won't have too much trouble landing in there. We're not trying to be too precise. I'm not trying to get dead on accurate with anywhere I'm landing here. Just generally accurate. We're kind of rotating a little bit. Not too sure why. And our speed is actually quite low, and we have plenty of fuel this time. Fuel is definitely not going to be a problem. I probably over-prepared for this trip. I kind of spent out a little bit more money at reduced efficiency to have extra fuel this time, because I didn't want to have to do this mission and fail it again, because as you can see, the previous mission is still in orbit. Right. So, we're coming down, and we're really waiting till this gets fairly low, actually. Our altitude, I mean, probably somewhere around 10 kilometers or so, because we don't have a lot of gravity to really fight here. Let's see. Kind of get ourselves generally in the right area. And we should definitely be able to land at this time. There's no reason we shouldn't be able to with this much fuel. Coming in at almost 400 meters a second. We probably will be by the time I get around to actually burning any fuel here. We're at 175 now. Like I mentioned in my last video, using fuel when you're coming in like this is best done whenever you're lower. So you burn off all the energy all at once. Let's see, we're going to burn right about now. And that way you don't pick up a whole lot more, because otherwise you're just going to pick up more speed as you get in closer anyway. And we're now we're at about 100 meters a second at this point. And holding approximately there. Right. We want to point this down a little more. Like so. Pretty happy with this. It looks like we'll be landing somewhere around here, which is fine. Let's see. And I'm actually going to throttle this up a little bit. And a little more. Get this actually quite low, speed-wise. And about like this. We're going to stage. And get away from that thing. Oh god. There. That's taken care of. Because we didn't want to land with that, quite honestly. Ooh, going the wrong way here. My buttons are all a little confusing right now. Trying to keep us from landing in that crater here. Let's put our gear down. There that thing goes. We don't need it anymore. Let's see. Alright, this should be good. It's a straight shot down now. Let's get this centered up there. There we go. Where's there that is. It should crash real nicely to the side of that mountain there. Or not really the mountain. It's a crater. We call it a crater wall? Is that what it's called? Let's reduce our speed a little bit here. Because we're starting to come in. Things lasting longer than I thought it was going to. Oh, there it goes. Ooh, that would have been a cool place to land down there. But this should actually have enough fuel to move around if we want it to. Doubt I'll want to. And bring it in nice and slow. We're at about 10 meters a second. And 4 meters a second. 3, 2, and there we go. Real nice soft landing. I spaced all this very nicely. And there you go. We have landed successfully on the moon. Let's see. Son of a gun. Right. There we go. The game, because the game crashed, it stopped this from being activated anymore. So we have landed on the moon. So we can just go ahead and finish the mission. Now I do need to go in and subtract some money. Because the game crashed, it added the money back that I lost from the launch. It reverted the launch back. Even though it was still in space. Whenever I loaded the game back up, it was in orbit around Kerbal. So I need to go in and subtract the cost of this vessel, which I will do after this video, because I'll have to go back and check the actual cost of the vessel. But this thing does have enough fuel to maneuver around. If we want to, we can actually just move it around with just RCS, in fact, which I don't really want to move it from here. But the option is available to us should we decide we want to. So we now have our first thing landed on the moon, and because of that light, it should make it easier to find if we're trying to locate it. You probably can't see it on your screens because of YouTube, but I can actually see it from up here, that light flashing. It's like 3 pixels or something, but yeah, as you get in, you can see that a little bit better. Which was the purpose of having the lights in the first place. We might actually switch the modes and put on long blink mode now. Right. So this should be transmitting signals back to Kerbal, which I think is actually on the other side of the moon right now. Yeah, it is. Because we looped around. But it should have enough battery power, I think, to last through the night. Let's see. It's, how do you... I can't remember how to hide the user interface. There we go. It's F2. All right, let's time warp a little bit just for fun. Let's see if we can see Kerbal at some point. Oh, I guess we don't have enough power. The thing is that the lights have gone off. Where's Kerbal at? I never saw it. Let's try that again. Kerbal. Are we in a position... I forgot. Is the moon tidally locked? I guess it is. I think I knew that, but I guess I forgot. Because this side of the moon is never facing Kerbal. Interesting. Alright. Huh. So for this thing to get its signals out, we need to have a satellite. Maybe we were able to send the data up to the Nova dust and have it send information back home. Let's see. Switch to it. Let's see if it's even capable. I forgot what all was actually equipped on this. Probably not. It probably need a dish to do that. It can send signals out, but it can't really receive them, I don't think. Right. Well, that's unfortunate. We still can't land this. I did try to test something in which I was able to land this before I recorded doing this. I sent up a vessel which would come up behind it because there's no docking port on it. So it would come up behind it and actually kind of had what these things are called, not struts, trusses, and it would slide up and there'd be trusses here on each side to kind of lock in with it so it wouldn't wobble around. And it was just RCS powered to slow it down, so it would push this way and push itself against this, but slow itself down in orbit. And I still didn't manage to do it, and it was more cost efficient just to send up a new mission at that point than to try to, like, a whole new mission as opposed to make this one work. So eventually this will either be recovered or something will be done in which it will be able to land. But what I think I'd really like to do is in the future recover it and bring it back to the Space Center and just kind of set it outside as just a monument of sorts. But that's to come eventually. Let's see. So we have successfully landed on the moon now, which is good news. Just wanted to check and see why these lights stopped. There we go. Put those back on. Right. Now, with the... oh, wait. Where's the mission stuff? Let's see. Let's go back to the Space Center and see if it loads that button back in. Okay, well, the mission control thing apparently has decided to break. Unfortunate. I was going to look at our missions, but the button is gone for some reason. But I know what two of the next two are, I don't know if the one we just finished unlocks something new or not, but I think the next two are to make a polar orbit around Kerbal and to crash into Minmus, which both are relatively simple, and I might be able to slam both into the next episode together. But this has been a bit of a shorter Kerbal Space Program episode compared to what I normally do. I hope the post-commentary is alright, and I hope you enjoyed this episode of Kerbal Space Program. There will be more in the future, so like the video if you please, and comment below if you'd like to complain about my horrible driving. Although I think I did alright, I landed just fine. You could complain about how inefficient I was with my fuel, that's fine too. But like I said, I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and I will catch you on the next one.